everybody, and welcome to another Journal with Me video. In today's video, I am using my A5 size personal journal. This is where my heavy words go. This is it's not really a personal journal. It's just like a journal about our lives and my kids and stuff. It's not really where the deep stuff goes. But I actually have started a journal like that. One of the gifts that my husband got me for Mother's Day was a beautiful journal a handmade journal from Yoseka Stationery in New York. And it's got the most delicious, like, fountain pen friendly paper in it. And I think that's going to be where I put not really my dark or heavy thoughts, but just like the stuff that is not really like social media friendly, like kind of just like letters to myself of like my realities and stuff. So probably will never see it. I can guarantee you will never see it on this channel or on Instagram. It's not pretty. It's just words. It's not going to be decorated in any way. But that's one of the things that my husband got me. Anyway, I need to move on for just a second. In this video, in the month of May, I am challenging myself to use supplies from my junk drawer and this box, which holds all of the things that I have gotten from my pen pals. And I know it looks like a lot. It seems like a lot. It might be overwhelming, and you might be thinking, oh my God, Skylar, you have so much stuff. Like, how can you even justify that? But this collection is about 2 years old. The things in this box have been accumulating for probably 2 years. And I have probably 30 or more active pen pals. So if that says anything, I just don't want you guys to think that, I just don't want there to be any kind of jealousy or any kind of vibe or anything like that for you guys to think that I am just drowning in paper bits. A lot of this stuff I do use, and a lot of it I do share as well. I send some of it on things that I know I won't use or are out of my comfort zone, like way, way out of my comfort zone. Or if I know another pen pal will love it more than I will, then I do send it on. And so I just want that to be kind of noted. This is a long like a long time collection, and I know there's a lot in here, but anyway, I'm gonna move on. This is the challenge. I'm pulling my supplies for the month of May from this box, and I do it quite often, but I'm like heavily challenging myself. I'm not pulling supplies from any other places other than my junk drawer, this box, and then I also want to use my stamps. So you're going to be seeing these supplies a lot in the month of May, just like you saw my bento box a lot in April. This is what you're going to see. This is where I'm pulling my supplies from. And so yeah, you're going to be able to watch me like move a lot of this stuff. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of the things that I have pulled. I mean, you saw me pull it, but it gives you a better idea of how they like go together, which I think I did a pretty good job. I really love the pages at the end of all this, but you can see there my journal is in a new home. My husband spoiled me rotten for Mother's Day this year and got me some of the most thoughtful gifts, one of which is that journal that I have already told you about that I will not be sharing on any type of social media. And this is the other thing. It's a A5 canvas and leather cover from the store Baum Kuchen, and it has been in my mind for 2.5 years. I have been dreaming about this journal since I started even dreaming about using the A5 size and moving away from standard size, and I never justified the purchase because I wasn't an A5. Now I'm in an A5, and then I couldn't justify it because of the price. And I couldn't spend that kind of money on myself because I do believe it's like $84. And yeah, I just never could. I attempted to buy it like 10 or 15 times, had it in my cart, and every time I went to go actually commit to the purchase, I just could not do it. And my husband knows that I'm using A5, and he knows that I was kind of struggling with where I was keeping my journal, and he actually chose the exact color that I wanted. and everything. Like, out of all of the A5 notebook covers he chose this one, and I was completely dumbfounded and in awe of that, and I'm just still in shock. I'm like touching it right now. I'm just completely in shock that I even own this thing. It's the most beautiful thing. The quality is amazing, and I'm in love. So, the other thing that he got me was a really beautiful fountain pen. So he went to the store. He didn't go there, but he purchased it from Yoseka Stationery in New York. And he knew he was going to buy me a pencil, but I was like, pencils aren't really my thing. Like, he asked what type of lead that I liked, like on the sly, and I was like, ooh, no lead. I don't like pencils. And then I was just like, but I prefer extra fine nibs. Like, that's where my happy place is extra fine, because even fine nibs are just not quite fine enough for my style of handwriting. I need an extra fine nib. And so he surprised me. He knew, I don't know how he did, but he knew that Kaweco pens were my favorite brand of fountain pens. And he bought me this beautiful brass Kaweco Special FP fountain pen. It's a skinny, long fountain pen, and it feels great in the hand. My girlfriend said it was extra bougie, which I agree. It's definitely like a professional's pen. But it writes beautifully, and I love it, and I'm completely blown away that he was so thoughtful to do that. And another thing he bought me, which I think is probably my most favorite gift, is he supported a local shop here in Brevard County. Actually, the shop is only like 6 miles away from our house, but it is a handmade clay miniature pot that is meant to hold the little tiny flowers that your children bring in without stems. It's just like the flower, and the way that it is built it's short and stubby, and it's got a wide mouth so that it can cup your flower without it falling into the water, and it's short enough that it can reach the water. And I probably have 5 or 6 little tiny like tasting cups in my kitchen and in my office to hold all these little tiny stemless flowers that the boys bring in from the garden for me, because they don't know that you have to kind of get the stem in order for it to be in a vase. And so my husband was just like, oh, I don't know what he was, I mean, so good, right? Like, so good. So now I have this beautiful, like, aqua, hand-painted, hand-turned, handmade little mini vase, and it's just absolutely stunning. I have it in my office, and I can't wait for my first flower to go into it, and I know it's only a matter of days, probably even by the end of today I'll have a flower in it. But yeah, it was really thoughtful. Hands down, the most thoughtful gift I think I have ever gotten from him, and he's gotten me some zingers, but that one is definitely the most thoughtful. But anyway, I have chatted through this entire thing. I hope that you had a good Mother's Day. If you are a mother, I hope you were spoiled. If you are not a mother, I hope that you were able to spend time with your mom over the weekend. And if you do not have your mom, I hope that you were in good spirits and thinking well of her. And yeah, all the other things that go along with the mom day. Yeah, so I really love the way these pages turned out. I think I've said that already. This like already made cluster that was hand sewn together was beautiful, but I wanted to add a little something to it. So I glue this little ticket in on that vellum with the serial number kind of poking out, and it looks really cool. And then I also add a stamp after I glue it down. But yeah, it was a good Mother's Day. I was definitely spoiled. I have 4 children. If you're new to my channel, like if this is the first time you have watched any of my videos, I do have 4 children. I have 3 boys and a little girl, and they are a handful, but they are very good to me. I'm very lucky. And yeah, I think my husband's not the greatest at gift giving, notoriously. He's just a man, I think, and I think all men struggle with getting they overthink things. They struggle with what they think their lady is going to want. So I was really surprised. All I did was give him the name of some shops that I knew that no matter what he purchased anything from, they would all be delightful and amazing, and he couldn't go wrong with them. And yeah, he actually did really well, and I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful for that. And moving on. I'm just feeling really loved right now, and I hope that's okay that I am sharing. It was a really special Mother's Day this year. Clara's birthday was Saturday, and then Mother's Day was on Sunday, and so I feel like I will always be able to celebrate my little gal on Mother's Day weekend, and I just think that's really great and really special, and I love that opportunity that I'm going to have with her every year. And yeah, I'm just feeling really blessed with all that. So yeah, like I said, I love the way these pages turned out. This is the third layout. So I did the May divider, like a neutral tone, a blue tone, and now I'm going with like an airmail type of thing because, you know, airmail is life, and that's like my favorite. So I'm pulling supplies that I know were going to look good with these little airmail labels, and I love it. So other than that, how is everybody doing? How are you coping? How are your hobbies or your jobs? How are all of those things going? I hope they're all going really, really well. My boys have 2 more weeks left of school, and then they are done for the year. And I know we will all be very happy when that day comes because it's definitely been difficult. I know it's hard for them to not be around their friends and their teacher, especially. Their teacher, Hunter's teacher, drove by our house on Friday to drop off a Mother's Day project for him to do. She drove by and waved from her car and put the project in the mailbox for him to do. She was wearing gloves and the whole thing, but yeah, he was really, really happy to see her. He really misses her, and he liked having that project, and it was just really sweet. So, yeah. Other than that, not much going on. I think this is going to be it. I can hear the boys getting ever closer to the office, so I'm going to bring it in closer for you to see. I hope you guys have a great day, and I just want to thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. If you are not already, I would encourage you to subscribe so you do not miss any videos in the future, and make sure you like this video so that YouTube knows to show you more like it, so that it can kind of give you videos that you're going to enjoy. That's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.